Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're a new head, what's up? Go ahead and like and subscribe and like to my channel because I think you're gonna like it. If you're old head, what's up famo? Let's go on and get into the video today.
Day one Victoria, you got a secret Victoria, take it all for you, hey, yeah, you got a secret Victoria.
So the video on today is kind of like a touchy subject for me because like it took me a long time to progress where I am today in life, and I feel like I've made it very far than what I was like many years ago to now. So yes, it was true when I was younger, I did not want to be black. So we gonna talk and paint my nails at the same time. So boo. All right, so for the longest, like, I just despised being black. I despised, black people. I don't want to say I despise black people. I just didn't want to accept my blackness. Like, I wanted to be white. Like, my hair was bone straight. It was straightened, permed. It was just, I guess I should really start with the history. I grew up with white people. Like, the neighborhood that I lived in was white. The school that I went to was white. Like, I couldn't get away with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? My friends were white. So I was like, I want to be like my friends. Like, I fell in love with their hair, skin color, bone structure. I was just like, I want that and I want to be that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want braids. I don't want cornrows. I don't want my hair to be curly or poofy. I want a perm, and I want my hair to be straight. I want it to be silky. I want it to blow in the wind, and it was just a lot. And like, I would say like my elementary school years was filled with that way of thinking, the way I dressed, the way I talked. I didn't like black boys. I liked white boys. I liked Asian boys. I liked being around my white friends, talking like my white friends, looking at the other black kids and kind of despising them, looking at them as ℓιkye and I don't know. I just felt at that particular time like the black kids were illiterate, they were ghetto, they were loud, they were disruptive and bad. So I didn't want to be like that. I wanted to be like my white friends that I hung out with. And like the black kids, they're legit. They had like a community, and they lived together, they hung out together, they stayed together, as well as the white kids. But I was that black kid that was with the white kids, if that makes any sense. So for 9 years of my life, I was dressing like a white kid, watching white kid shows, listening to white kid music, living with them, near them. Like, I may have rode the bus with some black kids and they rode through my neighborhood, but they didn't live where I lived, if that makes sense. Like, they just were passing through and I was getting off. So I had like a big like disconnection, and with that big disconnection came like a lot of social issues within the black kids and me. Like, I could not connect with them at all. Like, I couldn't understand them. They couldn't understand me. They thought I was weird. I thought they were weird. So I would say getting between like 5th grade and like 6th grade, was it? Yeah, 5th grade and 6th grade, I was a bit older. I knew the difference between white and black, of course. And I think between the summer of like 5th grade and going into 7th grade, like everything changed. Like, everybody changed. And of course people change over the summer, right before middle school. Like, people are finding themselves. So I would say like my 6th grade year was a really crazy year because I realized that my white friends, or the friends that I had, weren't the same. Like, I guess they experienced something great over the summer that I just did not experience. So it was a great change, and I was just like, I still want to play and do what we used to do in elementary school, but of course it wasn't the same. I don't know. I started getting the commentary of you're the whitest black person I've ever met. And I took such great accomplishment in hearing that. Like when one of my white friends would tell me, you know, you're the whitest black person I've ever seen or ever met. Like I took great accomplishment because like I took so many years of trying to be like them, talk like them, dress like them, fit in with them. So when I heard that, at the time I was like, that's great. That's exactly what I wanted. Like I took pride in being a lighter skinned African American. At that time of 6th grade and below, I looked at other dark skinned girls or other dark skinned people, and I found that ugly. I found it unattractive. I was like, I'm lucky that I'm light skinned, and I feel bad for you because they would legit make fun of the darker skinned kids. And I didn't appreciate my blackness. Like I was happy that I was light because I got away with the persona that I was mixed with something, and I was okay with that persona. Of people thinking, well, she must be mixed with something, so she's closer to us than she is to them, and she's more like us than she is like them. And I was okay with that. I was okay with my bone straight hair, and at the time
my hair was bone straight and thin.
I was like, even though I did see the difference between at the age where I didn't really have the decision of what I did with my hair, my mother braided and twisted my hair. My hair was long. My hair was beautiful. It was to my back. And then when I got into like the process of the years where I could do what I wanted with my hair and make that decision, I started to do, I mean, of course I was getting perms before, but I really wanted the perms and I really wanted my hair to be bone straight. And I kept putting heat in my hair, kept putting straighteners and perms and just stuff to make my hair like bone straight and straight like my friends, the girls that I hung out with. So I definitely saw a change in my hair. My hair went from back limb to shoulder limb. But I was okay with shoulder limb as long as my hair was straight, if that makes sense. Straight and flowy and silky in the wind. So as long as my hair was like that, I was okay. As long as my friends were accepting, you know, me and this figment that I put myself, or persona that I put myself in for them to see me in, I was okay with that. Like I was happy. So between my 6th grade year, it was a really crazy year. Everybody had changed. And I guess my friends kind of filled me in and they kind of exposed me to some stuff that I had no business being exposed to, but they exposed it to me. That's what happens in public schools. So, you know, things felt weird, but it was okay. Like it wasn't very big difference yet. So 6th grade had ended and the summer before my 7th grade year had happened. And what happened? I can't really remember the date, but I knew it was like the middle of summer. And I was on YouTube being a bored kid, scrolling through YouTube, and I came across a YouTube by the Glam Twins right here. And like they completely changed my life and my perspective on everything from like 7th grade and up to like, I want to say now because now I've become into my own, but for the longest, like they were my basis of what I wanted to be. And it was this video here.
Hi guys, it's Kelsey and Kendra, and today we're doing a very long awaited and requested video that we get requested to do all the time, and it is how we transition from
that changed my life forever. Like I watched this video. The video was about them, how they transitioned from relaxed hair to natural hair. It was that video right there that I realized and accepted my blackness and accepted my natural, I wanted my natural hair. Like the way they talked about it, the way that they had their hair, the way that they showed that they transitioned their hair. I was like, that's something that I have, but I have not accepted in my life, and that's something that I want to accept now. So like I watched that video and I like got really excited, and I like showed my brother, and like, you know, we were both fascinated about it. And since then, like, well, no, I watched a couple more videos. Like I watched their videos back to back to back after that, because I was like so fascinated. I was like, at a point in time I like really didn't like accept my black hair, my African American hair, and I mean, it's pretty much my culture. My hair is my glory, you know what I'm saying? So after watching their videos, I finally made a decision. I'm cutting my hair. Oh, that's not the decision. After I made that decision, I decided that I was going to go natural. And so with that decision being made, I stopped flat iron. Well, I sat the flat iron down for a minute. That goes along with heat. I stopped putting perms in my hair. And I gradually over time did the trim method. So that means I did like 1 inch, 2 inch every month until all my perm was gone. With that being said, my transitional years of 7th grade and 8th grade, so the next 3 years, 7th, 8th grade, 9th grade, so that was 2 years of middle school and 1 year of high school, I was in the transitional phase of getting the relaxer out my hair, and it was a process. It was really terrible. Honestly, I won't even lie. And my hair looked absolutely terrible. I think for the longest, people probably thought I was gay, which I wasn't. I was just in the process of discovering myself and who I am as an African American woman, or at the time an African American girl, and accepting my blackness. So within my 7th grade year, like, I looked terrible. I won't even lie. Like, I look back at my pictures that I might put within this video. Where, like, I don't even know what I was doing. Like, I don't even know how I was dressing. Like, I went from dressing like a white girl, trying to dress like how I felt like I wanted to dress and be comfortable in that. So my attires through like 7th grade to 8th grade were like really terrible. Like, I didn't know who I was. I knew what I all of a sudden wanted to represent, but I didn't know how to represent that, because I wasn't I wouldn't say I wasn't introduced to the culture, but I wasn't really into the culture at a particular time. So I missed 9 years of getting into my culture along with the other black kids, because the other black kids, once again, had 9 years of communicating with each other, getting to know each other, making bonding friendships and hanging out together. So I missed 9 years of that, of hanging out with them. And then all of a sudden, when I wanted to be integrated into my community, it was a big rejection. Like, they rejected me. Like, I was not black enough. I was weird to them. I guess they found me uppity, and of course my family was well known, so I guess they found me a big suck up, a big goody two shoes, whatever you want to call it. It was a lot. It was a lot of things to get rejected by kids on your bus. Well, I didn't get rejected by other kids. I got rejected by a majority of the black kids on my bus, except like 2. But majority of the kids like rejected me because I had like legit missed 9 years of socializing with them. I didn't know them, but I wanted to. I just didn't know how to do that because I was socially awkward with my own people. I knew how to communicate with white people because that's what I've been doing all my life, communicating with white people. I knew how they talked. I knew what they liked. I knew how to get their attention, and white people was cool with me. I was their black friend. So when I finally like figured myself out and like really tried to integrate myself and with the black community or the black kids in my school, it did not work. Like, majority of them hated me. A majority of them talked about me for no reason. They had no reason to. I don't even know what the reason was, because we didn't talk. You know what I'm saying? So they had no reason to talk about me. There was just a big dislike with me and the black girls of my school. Like, when I tell you they attacked me, like, socially, like, all the time, I could not walk by them without them saying something about me. I could not go to a fire drill without one of them saying something, talking about me. And, you know, it always made me go back mentally, like, snap back, like, this is why I don't like black people. And I think it was the experience that I had with black people throughout my school years that made me dislike my own people, because they made it very hard for me to want to try to connect with my people, because all I really wanted to do was connect with my people. I found myself that I was a very nice person. I thought I was a very nice person. I was very kind. I was very timid. And I was very quiet. And of course, I had those moments where it's just like I had my white snapbacks, and like my mentality went back to want to be like a white girl, which I had been doing, you know, most of my life. And so I had those run-ins with them. We're like, oh, she's trying to act white. Oh, this. Like, I could not make a step without them, like, saying something and, like, congregating. I felt like they were, like, congregating against me. And so it made me, like, go back into the mentality of hating black people. Even, like, I think it was just my school in general, because, like, I interacted with other black kids outside of my school, and I was, like, they kind of slowly, like, accepted me in. The black guys, like, found me attractive. They slowly wanted to talk to me, slowly, you know, want to get to know me. But it was the black kids in my school that, I don't know what was wrong with them. Like, they just won't having it. So, like, I got into, like, my favorite sport, track. But of course, track was filled with a bunch of the black kids, and track meets, like, it made me slowly hate a sport that I love, because the black kids, once again, like, did not like me. Like, I didn't do nothing to them, and they just flat out disliked me. It was like they disowned me. And like, kids from other schools at track meets would talk to me, but it was my own teammates that rejected me. They made me feel less than and secluded. Like, even like one girl who I grew up with, her dad and my dad grew up together, and we used to have sleepovers all the time. And like, even doing track with her, like, I felt rejected with her, and I was like, I've known you all my life and you're rejecting me. So I was just like, okay. So like, I just went back to my train set of, I hate black people. I hate being black. And like, I snapped back. I won't even lie. I went back to straightening my hair, and I got really bad damage. Like, this happened within a process of like 1-2 year process of my high school year. And so my hair like started falling, crunching, burning. It was heat damage. It was bad. It was bad. Like, my hair won't even, my hair was not curling anymore. And I reverted back to heat. I reverted back to how I dressed, how I talked, what I did. I just like, black people don't like me. I don't like black people. And I'm fine with that. And like, they just, it got to the point where it just nitpick, pick to pick. I'm just like, what is wrong with these kids? Like, I don't even say I was bullied. It was just, they didn't like me. And I didn't feel bullied, because I didn't care. I cared what they said, but I didn't care, because it's just like, I had friends. I have a group, like a nice group size of friends. So it wasn't like I was a loner. It was just that a part of me wanted to be connected to my own kind. I didn't even want to be in the like groups to hang out with them. I just wanted to be at a point where it's like, I'm cool with my own people. And like, it made me, well, I guess a lot of you probably think it was kind of like bullying, but it did make me feel bad for like a minute. But then another part of me was like, I don't care. Like, it's just y'all who dislike me. It's not like all black people that I encountered dislike me. It was just the small little handful of white kids, I said not white kids, black kids who just did not like me. And like,
now all of a sudden we're out of high school and they want to send me friend request.
I don't even know. I'm at this point, I'm gonna put it to, it was jealousy, but I don't even know if it was that. Like, I don't even know what it was. But so through the process of my high school, I reverted back to using heat. And, you know, in the process of me using heat, I also started doing, I didn't do them, my mom started incorporating box braids into my routine, which is like a natural hair protective style. They weren't bad, but they weren't great for a beginner. And of course, once again, the black community came from my hair. And it was, I won't even say it was all, it was this one particular girl. She was a giant. I won't go mess with her because she could sit on me and finish me. But it was this one particular girl. I mean, everything, I will walk by her, be in class, and she just gotta keep nitpicking, keep talking, nitpicking and talking, nitpicking. I'm just like, what is wrong with you? What is your issue with me? And it's so funny because this one particular girl, this giant girl, when she moved here in, was it fifth grade, fourth grade, which was elementary school, I was her only friend because the kids would not like play with her. They wouldn't talk to her because she's this giant, big, tall black girl. And like kids would talk about and make fun of her. And I was that one kid, like, you want to play? Like, let's hang out, let's talk. And I was that friend for her for the longest. And then all of a sudden, like, once again, I wasn't black. So she finally got incorporated into the black kid community. And then ever since then, like, she disliked me, like, talked about me like bad. And that just lasted from middle school to high school. Like, I never did anything to her. I was the nicest person to her. So I don't know what the disconnect was there between me and her, but there was sometimes a disconnect, and she hated, I'm gonna say she hated me. She never verbally said that she hated me, but her actions showed that she hated and disliked me. And no matter what I did, like, she just hated me. Until one day, we were in biology. It was a Miss Woods class. It was in high school, Miss Woods. I'll never forget. And she had said something to me, and I cut her down very badly. And I felt really good about it. And I didn't really hear too much from her after that, really. At least not to my face, she didn't. Because I think I embarrassed her very bad. And I remember, never forget that the class of, and it wasn't even the fact that I felt good that the kids said ooh. It was the fact that I finally got a backbone and stood up for myself. And she didn't really bother with me to my face anymore. My senior year, we had a class together. And she asked me for a piece of gum. I was like, I don't have any more gum. Which I really did, but I'm about to give her a piece of my gum because she made my schooling experience really terrible for no reason. And the one thing that you communicate with me after many years is, can you have a piece of gum? I know. Anyways, so once again, through my process of high school, I was just, you know, I didn't like my natural hair. Well, I liked my natural hair, but I didn't like my natural hair. Like, I was still figuring out what products work for me, what type of porosity was my, what type of hair type do I have. I don't really know my hair type because my hair type is still transitioning. So my hair is like curly here, wavy there, straight here, wavy straight, curly straight. So my hair was going through like a whole bunch of like hair textures at the same. Ooh, I messed up my eyebrows. My hair was going through a bunch of different textures. And even now, like, if you look at my hair, in the front of my hair, like from here and up is like a texture like this. It's like a wavy, straight, curly something. And then from here and back is like these really nicely defined like curls. Let me see if I can get one out. really nicely defined curls like this. And then my hair shrinks up. So like my hair is long. Now it comes down to here, but it does this. And I find it so amazing because it like deceives people, because people think I have short hair. But if you've ever watched any of my hair videos and watched me do my hair comes down here. And I remember going to school, the white kids always told me, your hair is short, your hair is not long. And like, I was like, ooh, only if you all knew how black people hair work. Like some of our hair like shrinks up. And it would take me probably to get like to butt length or like back length just to get my hair probably here. I don't even know, or maybe here. I don't know. I'm still in the process of still figuring out my hair retention stuff. That's the honest truth. So by my senior year, I had like a really big decision to make as to whether or not I was going to go to a HBCU. Mentally, I still didn't like black people. My experience in high school really ruined that for me. I don't like black people. Black people didn't like me, or at least the black people in my school didn't like me. And I felt uncomfortable around black people. Like, they really made me feel uncomfortable because, you know, I think a part of it was, you know, being accepted into the community of black kids my age. And so once I finally made the decision to go to a HBCU, for like, how many months was I by myself? The first couple of months, I was by myself. Like, I was antisocial. I didn't want to go anywhere. Like, my roommate would like be like, let's go here. You want to come with us here? And I was like, no. Number one, they weren't my kind of group because they like to go party and do crazy stuff and hang out with a bunch of guys. And that wasn't me. I wasn't a girl to be hanging all over guys. No. So I was alone until this one girl, my girl Kaya, came up to me and like she sat down with me. And like she asked me when we were sitting there, and she sat down with me because I guess she was alone too. And so after that, we became really close. So I think that was like other than Cameron, which is my best friend, you already know, was like the second person in school, like inside school, that I really made like a really close relationship and friendship with. And though she and I also had our differences and our different likings and dislikes, like, you know, she was someone that I really entrust, you know, things with. I felt really close. She was like another one of my first black friends. And that made me feel really good. And after that, I really settled down into, you know, attending an HBCU and really accepting my natural hair journey. And getting rid of the heat damage. Like, I stopped using heat. Like, the last time I used like heat to flat iron my hair was December 2019 was the last time. From the time that I transitioned, so my first year in college, which was 2016, to December 2019, that was the years that I had not used heat in my hair. So there was no heat for a couple of years until 2019 from 2016. So I felt really proud of my hair, and I did see a lot of hair grow, but I still wasn't retaining length in my hair because I did a lot of manipulation to my hair. So a lot of manipulation and not a lot of good protective styles. Like, I would let my hair rub here and I saw a significant cutoff. So then I discovered another video that was like, the reason why you're not retaining length in your hair is because you're letting your hair go all crazy and all over the place. I was like, oh. So I stopped wearing my hair down and started putting my hair up, like now. And I finally started seeing my hair grow past my shoulders once again. I was so proud of myself. So I'm in that journey of my hair going back past my shoulders. And I don't know why I keep going, but I'm currently in the like journey or a challenge that someone had with me, one of my fellow YouTubers, and it's the wash and go challenge. So I'm seeing how much I contain and how much low manipulation that I could do with having my hair in a wash and go. So this is day 2 of this wash and go, and it still looks pretty good. So we'll see how that works for me. But back to the story. Within my next years of being in college, so I'm currently 22. In my years of being in college, I've learned to accept my blackness, accept me, accept my hair, and accept who I am in life. And it's really worked for me. It's gotten me to the point where I don't care about what other people think or feel about me. And I feel good about that. I really do. I will say, by the process of my second year and coming home for holiday break, I lost all my white friends. And it was because I brought them to the realization of what happens to Black people in this country. I expressed to them, the Black view. I expressed, when we have conversations, the way they're thinking. I would tell them how they were thinking and talking. And they really treated me like their prized Black friend. And I guess I pointed out a lot of their racial ways, and they didn't like that. As long as I was dumb, quiet, uneducated about my people, and did what they wanted to do, they liked me and accepted me. But the moment I became educated about my people, educated about myself, went a little more pro-Black, and started talking about my pro-Black on social media, and to them, like, I remember it, like, they snapped. Like, I got snaps from some of them. Some of them took me off social media. Some of them stopped talking to me. I was okay with that, because at this point I have Black friends. And it wasn't even that I don't even have white friends to this day, but a lot of them, like, stepped back. And I think it's because they could see a difference, and didn't like the fact that I was pointing out the difference. And maybe I was a little bit too harsh, or maybe I was just exciting. I was just explaining the information, and they didn't fascinate in the information. I'm not even calling them racist. I just don't. I think when I became into myself, that made them feel uncomfortable. It is what it is. It is what it is. So, I don't know. So I didn't always want to be Black, and I didn't always want natural hair. And I guess this is like a video like why I went natural too, because it took those years to get me where I am now and on YouTube, and like expressing myself to you all. And I know some people probably follow me from my high school. I don't care. Because you never know what somebody went through. You never know somebody's truth until you hear it from them. So that's my truth. And I don't ever wish any bad on any of the Black girls or the Black people who treated me wrong in school. I wish them very well. I hope they're living successful lives at this point, and I hope that they're very happy in their lives. But their reaction caused a causation in my life, if that makes sense. And it took me very long to get out of a very hurt stage and a very rejected stage for a very long time. It took me a very long time to accept myself. And in the process of me becoming myself and accepting myself, they did not make that very easy. And for the longest, I did blame them for that. But at this point, I forgive and I forget. Well, I don't forget, but I forgive them and I don't hold it against them. And even when I see some of them now, like stories, like I speak and say hello. Some of them. It wouldn't be ever to the point where I disrespect them or anything like that. But my process of becoming a happy Black woman went through a lot of trials and tribulations of being an unhappy Black girl living in a white world and a Black family, white community, white school, white friends, white classmates. So yeah, that's my truth video. That's my history. And I still have moments where I call myself cultured. I am a very cultured person, and sometimes I talk very whitish. And people recognize that. My style is still being established to this day. I've got a sense, but I guess I've lost my to want to go shopping, because it became like a depressed state of like, who am I? I don't know who I am. And so I like have not gone like deep shopping for myself in like a really long time. And like I'll grab things here and there, but it's not like a big like shopping spree like what I used to do when I was younger. So establishing myself at this point is really important to me, and continuing to figure out who I am as a person is the process that I'm in right now. And it's a happy, positive process right now. And I'm happy in becoming victorious. That's why I named this channel Victorious Thinking. I am in a happy place. I'm starting my own brand. My own brand is doing well. In school, progressing to do what I want to do. And though my trials and tribulations were hard, like, I appreciate my trials and tribulations. And I appreciate every girl that talked about me and did me dirty in school, because if they had not done that, it wouldn't have pushed me to go to college. And not just like a community college. I went to a university. And then studying science, like a Black woman in science, like, whoa, like who would have ever thought like that I would be studying a science major? So though it hurt me, I thank them and I forgive them. So that's that. And that's my story. So thank you all for watching this video. Do not forget to like and subscribe. Turn on those notifications, boo. Because we got some more good stories, how to, all that up there. That's probably popping up right now. For you. All right. Love you all. Bye.